Welcome to the Extraordinary Purpose Podcast, where we explore some of the truly difficult questions and challenges that parents and their families face every day. Whether it's the sometimes painful process of parenting teens and young adults, navigating relationships with your partner and children, or you discovering your purpose in relationship with yourself, we will bring heartfelt and vulnerable conversations to the table to support and empower you. Our mission is to help you create a lifestyle full of love, passion, adventure, and influence. Here we go. Welcome to the Extraordinary Purpose Podcast. I'm Chris, and with me, as always, sitting directly across from me, looking absolutely beautiful, is the captivating Erin Vertis.
Captivating.
How do you like that?
That's a good one, honey.
Yeah.
I'm always anxious and excited to hear what you're going to come up with.
I thought of it during the walk with Koa this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, it just popped in
thinking
my
way
mind.
ahead of time.
Yep, always planning, always preparing.
How's everyone doing?
Hope everybody is doing extremely well. We're doing good. We're excited to be here today.
Absolutely.
We're not so thrilled that the holidays and the end of the year is literally right around the corner.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was just wrapping up with some clients yesterday, and even my young adult clients, we were talking about our next session, and we're going into the first week of December. We were both like, what is going on here? It's crazy.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving's next week.
It's been a good year, but I will tell you that it goes extremely fast.
Yeah.
And I don't think, especially as parents, sometimes that's the part of it that I think is so hard, is just watching that time just literally vanish, like fly by.
Yeah, I was just thinking earlier about Christmas shopping, and
Yeah.
it's interesting how as you get older, you just start the years kind of blend together, but the holidays come, I'm like, okay, it's like, now we're here again. We got to do this again.
This is our chance.
Yes.
It's going to be the best holiday ever.
Keep telling yourself
Which
that.
gets harder and harder.
It does. But I'm excited. I do love this time of year.
I do too.
And I'm excited for Thanksgiving. I don't know what
Yeah.
everyone else's plans are. We are staying low key. It's just us and the kids this year.
Low
which
key is
really
like my
exciting.
favorite word in the world.
Well, it's their favorite word too. Low key everything.
Low key. That is true. But no, we're staying home, which I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was sharing this with you, Erin, a few days ago or maybe a week ago, that, when I was little, all of our holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, we were on the road. Like literally, it felt like the entire day.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid, like, I want to be home. I want to be with my presents. I want to be just hanging out with my family and, playing games. And we didn't get a chance to do that till much later in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's nice. And I know everybody's situation is different, but this year for us, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We're going to be at home. The kids have to be at home with us because stores are closed.
Exactly. We're locking them in.
We're locking them in for at least a good 6 to 8 hours. Which brings us to today's topic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just thinking too, I was very adamant with my kids when they were little. We have big plans next holiday season to go to Hawaii.
Ooh.
And I feel good about it now because I feel like I followed through with what I always wanted. And yeah, our topic today is about staying connected and preparing for the holidays.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about rituals and traditions and how they evolve. But when my kids were little, I was very adamant about staying home for Christmas Day. We rarely went anywhere. Thanksgiving, we traveled a little bit, but for the most part on Christmas Day, we stayed home.
Yeah.
But we wanted to bring this topic up now because it gets away so quickly. We
sure
think
does.
it's Thanksgiving next week, but it's like you hit the ground running. I think starting this weekend, and it's going to go now for the next 6 to 8 weeks. And we thought, why not really start bringing this to the forefront right now? And we're going to talk about how to stay connected to ourselves as human beings, as parents, how to stay connected to each other and our family, and how family dynamics shift as our kids get older.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the first topic, which is really close to my heart. And again, I think moms feel this way a little bit more. We're a little more nostalgic and emotional, but just that sort of a little bit of a grieving process, I guess, for lack of a better word, or being nostalgic, like I remember, I think it was last year was the first year I was walking through Target or one of the stores, and I walked through like the toy department. And I just stopped and I just put my hand on my heart and I didn't cry or anything. I probably wanted
Oh, I don't
to.
believe that.
But I just stood there thinking, oh my gosh, no more Legos,
Yeah,
no more puzzles. It's just shifted. And it happens so slowly, and then it just dawns on you. Like, it was just this moment that hit me really
I
hard.
know.
And this morning again too, I ran into a store and remembered that moment last year, knowing
Yeah,
we were gonna record this. And just to say that it can feel like a loss of connection to our kids, I think. As they get older, they start pulling away. They wanna be with
mhm.
friends more. They don't wanna be as involved in decorating the house and getting the tree and everything, and it can be hurtful, I think, to parents, especially with moms. I know my feelings get hurt all
I'm
the time,
sure.
so especially around the holidays. And so, some ideas for how to reframe that. Definitely give yourself those moments to grieve. Have those
Mhm.
moments in the store like I did. Cry if you need to. Take a
Absolutely.
hot bath and put on Christmas music and let it all out. Like, it's okay to be in that place of remembering and being nostalgic,
Yeah,
but a way that you can reframe that it's not so much losing the holidays as it is like redefining them
sure.
and really understanding that we all evolve. What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
I just think that, yeah, it's all in how first off, it's all in how you look at it. I think I'm also
Yeah.
very nostalgic. I think I'm nostalgic because and maybe this is just because the kids have gotten older and we've gotten older, but even when we were kids, I just think that families were closer together. I remember just family get togethers, family reunions. Definitely during the holidays, there was just so much connection. There was so much time together. There were so many board games and
Mhm.
just experiences like that, driving around looking at Christmas lights. That was my favorite memory of it. Literally just came to me as we were talking. Like my favorite memory of being with my parents and my brothers was usually a week or so before Christmas. Like we would spend a good 2 or 3 hours, like just driving the city and
Mhm.
searching for Christmas lights. And downtown Fort Wayne, which is where I'm from, has a beautiful Santa that's on the side of a building. And I just remember going and just parking out front and just staring at it for not minutes, but like 10, 15, 20 minutes,
Yeah.
listening to Christmas music. And so those memories just sunk in with me.
Mhm.
And so then as we became parents, it was my mission to create experiences like that, moments like that that I felt would make a difference and that would be memorable. That's something that I talk to the kids that we coach and the parents that we talk to all the time is it's not about these big huge things that you have to do for your kids.
Yeah.
It's literally about that, getting in the car and going to see Christmas lights.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's interesting because 'cause I've been thinking a lot more lately about my kids, when they're older.
Yeah,
I've been thinking about how are they gonna look back on
I
certain things? How
know.
are they gonna talk about how I was when they were teenagers and
Yeah.
things they remember about growing up? And so with Christmas, I've been thinking about that just remember a lot of the things that they might be turned off to right now or not as excited to do as they once were. They are gonna come back around full circle. They'll be introducing their girlfriends or boyfriends or husbands or wives or kids to these exact same rituals at some point.
Yeah.
But some things to consider that I've been thinking a lot about is the way that we can get them to still be involved
Yeah.
and where you can still be there, partly involved as well, is asking them what they want to do now.
Oh, sure.
So I think there is this nice balance between there are still some traditions that we are just going to do, like
Nachables.
non-negotiable. We're going to
Right.
get our Christmas tree the day before Thanksgiving, and that's just the way it's going to be. And they're all coming, whether they like it or not. And I already told my son we'll go before you have work.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because we're going. And yes, we're
And you're gonna
going
like it.
and you're gonna like it. And we are going to see some Christmas lights. And there's some things
Yeah.
like that. But also sitting them down and asking, what would you like to do this holiday season? Is there
Yeah.
anything specific you'd like to do? Something that my daughter Skylar came up with, this was all on her own, is she's putting together like a secret Santa party
Oh,
with about
cool.
5 of her friends.
Yeah.
And she was on Canva the other night on my computer making her invitation, and she's so excited. And that's just a perfect example, I think, because she's doing it here at the house. She
Mhm.
wants to have a sleepover. She has it all figured out. She knows what food she wants. So I still get to be involved in helping her put that together and
Yeah.
prepare. So that's still time together. And then she still gets to be with her friends for the night and doing
Yeah.
something she loves. So that's just like one of so many examples of ways that we can evolve with them and still be a part of things. and let them come up with some of their new rituals. And I was just telling Chris, maybe she's going to do this all through high
It's
school. I'll
possible.
help her maybe make this a ritual over the next so many years.
Yeah.
And one of my clients yesterday, she said, I asked her what she's doing next week when she goes home from college. And she said she's doing a Friendsgiving that she's been doing
that's
since high
cool.
school. There's about 20 of them. She grew up in a small
Wow.
town, and there's a big group of kids that hung out. And every year her dad makes brisket, and all these friends come over and they have brisket together and hang out at her house and watch like Christmas movies together.
That's so fun.
So another great example of how mom or dad can be involved, but they still get to have their friend time.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
And what I like about this is we're having this conversation, and Thanksgiving's not until later next week.
Mhm.
Christmas is, 6 or 7 weeks away still,
Yeah.
which I realize comes fast. But the reason that we're talking today,
Mhm.
we're having this conversation, is because there's time, especially if you take a breath. And maybe this podcast is your breath. It's your opportunity to slow down for a minute, like
Mhm.
just find your calm, find your peace, find your center, which is something that Erin and I talk to parents about every day when we're on the phone with them.
Yeah.
Because they usually show up, they feel overwhelmed, they feel stuck, they feel all these different emotions. And in order to move forward, you got to come back to yourself. And so we hope this podcast or this conversation serves as that. But this is also our opportunity to get clarity on what's important to us. And you can only find that clarity when you're in the moment, you're present.
Yeah.
You're where you need to be. And so that's kind of this process of us having this conversation and Skylar planning out some of her holiday activities with her friends and us talking about what we want to do for Thanksgiving and over the holidays. You can't make those things happen if you're not intentional,
Mhm.
if you're not curious about what are some of the things I'd love to do.
Yeah.
I want to have a great holiday season. I want to go back to those memories, those nostalgic memories that I had when I was a kid and when our kids were kids. And maybe it's going to be a little bit different, but the whole theme of those memories is connection.
Mhm.
Why do you think they felt so special? Why were they so memorable? It's not always what you were doing. I think that's what we think at the surface. It's actually because we were together.
Yeah.
We were together, we were laughing, we were in the moment, we were in that, literally the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
I think the holiday spirit is that connection. And I could be wrong, but that's my interpretation of it.
Yeah, and I think we have to admit, like Chris said, on those actual days like Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas, our kids are ours. We get to have
Limited
them.
time.
Yeah, it's like I do have a bit of a rule, like put your phones away
Yeah.
all day. This is time to play games and be with family. And yeah, their friends are busy with their family, so we get them to ourselves. Another little ritual we started, I think a couple years ago, maybe
What's
3 years
that?
ago now, is on Christmas Eve, we've been going to different church services.
Yes, we have.
And we are not church people necessarily. We're not religious, but I do love going on Christmas Eve to
I do
hear
too.
music and the Christmas carols and hear great messages and something inspirational. So we've gone to 3 different places over the last 3 years to check out different services, and that's been really fun. But what you were saying, Chris, brings us to the
Yeah.
next part of this conversation, which is holiday chaos. And how do we manage
Oh,
that
my
a little bit?
favorite.
Exactly.
Oh, can we just jump into the chaos now?
Yeah. You don't get chaotic. You always stay pretty calm and
Oh,
collected.
we all have our moments, Erin. Come
That's
on.
true. Really, what Chris was saying is being present and learning how to slow down.
Yeah.
And ways that, even starting next week, if you have a lot of family coming or lots of friends and it's starting to already, you start to feel that bubbling up, the holiday chaos. It starts to get hectic. Something that we work on a lot, like Chris said, with our parents in our parent program, right out of the gates is how to slow down.
Yeah.
How to learn how to check in with yourself, how to start noticing where you're getting pulled in a million directions, where you're getting so pulled away from yourself that you feel crazy sometimes. And so, especially around the holidays, this can happen. And so, really taking some time over the next, whatever it is, month and a half or so,
Mhm.
having little moments throughout the day where you slow down, check in with yourself, notice how you're feeling, notice what's going on inside of you. Are you saying yes to too many things?
Yeah.
Are you giving in to your kids' craziness? Are you letting your extended family pull you in a million different directions?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And How do you stop? How do you
How
stop
do
and
you
slow down
stop?
and make sure that you are connected to your values and your family's values, your shared purpose with your family, staying connected to your personal rituals, right? Making
Mhm.
sure you have your morning routine doesn't get interrupted, that taking
Mm.
those hot baths, that you're getting out for nature walks, that you are filling your cup back up as well throughout the season because it gets so hectic.
So that is our theme, I think, is making sense of the chaos. I really like that. That resonates with me. And I think that we all feel that way about our life, is that it's overwhelming. Even sometimes just a few things can feel overwhelming because that's how our mind works. Complicates it. It just gets all messy when it's up here. I'm pointing at my mind right now. There's a lot going on up there, Erin. You got to trust me on this. But as we always talk about, both on this podcast and in our coaching, if you want to make sense of all that chaos, you do what Erin's saying. You've got to slow down. You got to take time for yourself. You got to find different methods that work for you to become more present. And so take a minute and think about what some of those things are that are just for you. The things that help you come back to yourself, the things that help center you, that help you feel good. That's something that I talk about probably 10 or 15 times a day. If you really want to move forward and you really want to have a great holiday season and you want to do this and you want to do that, guess what? You've got to be your best.
Mhm.
Okay? You can't be hanging on by a hair. You can't be just getting by and dragging ass every single day. This is something that Erin and I are extremely passionate about. And so I know something that, Erin, you've been talking about is your morning routine, just how important of a role that plays
Yeah.
for parents, not just our kids, for parents, so that you're starting your day with intention. And so that's really what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to help you think of some of those things that you can do immediately, starting today, that are going to help you feel yourself, feel really good, so that you can start to create some of this awesomeness that's going to make up your holiday season. Something else that's very helpful is, you know what? We all have great curiosities. We all have great ideas, things that we want. We have really good intentions. But you know what? It does no good if it's just something that you're thinking about. Does no good. And so something that Erin and I want for you to get really good at is aligning with those things. And the first step is you write them down. And that's something, Erin, you're so good at. You're so good at saying, let's turn these ideas into a reality.
Mhm.
And I think that that makes all the difference in the world. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do, and I think that it's easy to think about things, and so Chris and I, there's a little bit of another running joke as we all have
Yeah.
in our relationships that Chris is great at, "Let's get to that tomorrow," or, "It's in my Amazon cart."
You can't do everything
And
now
I
in
always
the
say, "Yes,
moment.
you can. Yes, we can."
You sure do believe that.
Yes, I
I
do.
love that
So
about
we
you.
balance each other out
We do.
beautifully in that regard. But yes, I am more one to say, this has to be done because I spent a lot of time at different phases of
Mm-hmm.
my life not taking action and just thinking about things.
Yeah.
And that I learned how much more stress that causes me.
Right.
And just keeping so many things like the black cloud over your head all the
Mm.
time of just considering things, thinking
Yeah.
about things, putting things off, wondering. Something I coach on a lot is when you're sitting on the fence,
Yeah.
it's the worst place you can
It's
be.
terrible.
It's horrible. And I've been there so many times in my life. And when you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Everybody
Anybody
knows.
listening, when you are torn about something or you're wondering, should we spend money on this? Shouldn't we? Or should
Yeah.
I have this conversation or shouldn't I? And when you finally just make the freaking decision, it's like the universe meets you
Oh
in the
my God.
middle, everything lines up, and it just works out.
Well, it's
And we
because
tend to forget that all the time.
no, we do because it's like a huge weight is lifted. And
Mhm.
we don't understand when we don't follow through on our ideas. And if we didn't go get our Christmas tree, and if we didn't go out and see the Christmas lights, and we didn't do these things, we keep pushing them off. It
Mhm.
doesn't feel good. And so back to what I was just saying a few minutes ago, like, what are the things that help us really feel good? It's following through
Mhm.
on some of these most important things. What are we aligning ourselves with? The most important things. We can't do everything. And so something that I think that Erin and I are both getting better at is you got to say no to certain things. You can't say yes to everything. You can't just go around saying, yep, 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 because you know what? It's not possible, first off,
Yeah.
but also it doesn't feel good. Like deep down, it doesn't feel good. What feels good is saying no to things for the right reasons because you're putting yourself into a position to make a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And that choice is based on your goals, your values, the most important things. What's really important to you? That's how you prioritize your choices.
Yeah, and it's so much more empowering. It's hard at first to say no to things,
Yeah.
but you feel so much more empowered. And so, you guys, we have these next several weeks, right? So, over the
Yeah.
next week, really sit down and get clarity. What's important? What Christmas parties do we really need to go to?
Mm-hmm.
What Christmas activities do I want to buy tickets for, or do I want to get on
Yeah.
the calendar? We're actually, and some of you are probably maybe much better at this than even we are. Maybe you've had this
I'm
planned out for
sure
the last year,
they're
but
ready.
we're sitting down this week to really get clarity on, because it's more complicated now. The kids don't want to go to all the
Nope.
Christmas concerts and the Nutcracker and the theater and
Boring.
all the things that I had them do when they were younger. So,
Uh-huh.
what do Chris and I want to do as a couple so that we're spending
Oh.
time together as a
Are you
couple?
asking me out?
I am on a date, babe.
Oh, this is nice.
And what do we want to buy tickets for, or what have you, that the kids can come to? And
Yeah.
what do I need to make sure my son can take off work so he can come with us?
Yeah.
And William's free to come with us and things
Yeah.
like that. So just spend some time, get things on the calendar, get online, buy the tickets, decide what you're doing, get clarity, decide what you need to say no to and what you want to say yes to. And I promise you, if you get that all down right now, you're going to have so much pressure off of you for the rest of the season.
Yes. Because the outcome is not doing everything. Yes, you could probably be very, very busy over the holiday season and just do lots of different things. But remember, this is truly about quality over quantity.
Yeah.
The quality meaning that when our kids are older, and I assume that a lot of the people that are listening, they have teenagers or young adults or adults as children.
Mhm.
Maybe some have younger children, but still, like those memories that we've been talking about, those are, once again, it's not something big or doing 50 different things. It's just being very intentional about creating these experiences.
Mhm.
And experiences are memorable because experiences are specifically designed to bring us together as a family.
Yeah, and back to how we started off this episode is, remember the quality over quantity aspect too.
Struggled with that.
I
You don't
did.
believe in it.
I was like, quality over quantity, quantity
You're
over
like
quality.
quantity. You're wrong, Chris.
But the quality over quantity applies to when you have teenagers and young adults who are more interested in being with their friends and out of
Yes.
the house, and your feelings get crushed and you want to hold
Yeah.
them closer around the holidays. Just remember, and Chris and I were talking about this too before we went live, just a 30-minute family dinner and a 15 or 20-minute board game, like, satisfies me now. And I'm not even talking about the holidays, just in general. I've learned you learn to let go. You
Yeah.
learn to let go with your heart and your soul and know that those little bits of time you get with them are so beautiful, and hang on to those moments. And so same thing for the holidays. If they are willing to do one or two traditions with you,
Mhm.
or are willing to play a couple board games on Thanksgiving and then want to go up and talk to their friends for a couple hours, just hang on to it. Is the quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So listen, guys, make sure, take some time this week, get real clarity
Yeah,
on
we're doing this.
what you want your season to look like. I'm big on
Uh-huh.
visualization. Take 10 minutes, take a hot bath, go on a nature walk, and really get clarity. I want you to see the result, the outcome of how you want this holiday season to go. Get clear on what that looks like to you. Feel the feelings of how you want to see you and your family go through this holiday season. And get clear on what rituals that you need to put in place to keep yourself grounded throughout the rest of the season. We will be touching on the holidays again on this podcast before it's all said and done.
Yes. Everybody's, thank goodness.
They're like, oh, we're done. This is it, guys.
This never ends.
Never ends. And get clear with your kids. Sit down with them over a family dinner or
Yeah.
before you watch a show together. Ask them what they'd like to do this
Yeah.
season. Ask them if they want to do anything fun with friends that you can help them host something simple.
Right on.
Find those ways that you can be involved and also let them go a little bit.
Most importantly, get excited.
Yes.
It's going to be an amazing holiday season.
Mhm.
It's going to be a great end of the year. We want for everybody to see that, to feel that, to believe that. And once you've got that clarity, okay, you see it, okay, you know what some of those experiences and what some of those moments are, take action.
Absolutely.
Okay, remember, like, that's the secret ingredient. That's what's going to separate you from a lot of other people. You're not going to sit on these ideas and these things that you want to do. Make them happen. write them down, create a plan. And we're going to talk about that. Maybe that's more of what we talk about too, is the follow through, but make us proud. Okay, we can't wait to hear some of your holiday successes and experiences and challenges. And like Erin said, this isn't the end of the conversation. Maybe it's just the beginning.
Just the beginning. And I just want to throw out there, we are having an incredible Black Friday special in our coaching program for parents and teens and young adults. So go to myextraordinarypurpose.com and you can check that out. And we're really excited to wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We will see you next episode. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take care. We are so thankful for you and your beautiful family and hope you found something inside today's episode that brought you hope, inspiration, and most importantly, a path forward. If you're interested in evolving your relationship, giving your kids the most important gift of personal growth and development, or are a mom looking to reconnect with your confidence and become empowered in all areas of your life, then schedule a discovery call with us today. Our mission is to help as many families as possible find their purpose, and that starts with you. See you in the next episode, my friends.